Hi all,
Good evening, sir.
good evening, yeah, good afternoon. Yes, we'll start now. As we know that last session we have undergone, like we have presented as a demo session where some people already experienced, some people completely new. So Parminder and myself, we together have presented, like Parminder has covered like what do you mean of warehouse and what is the purpose of warehouse and why different warehouse we have and why we need a SAP system. Okay, why we want to go for the SAP, especially for warehouses. Why can't we go for some other software? It's also presented a lot of things like which is the best software in the market. Why SAP is so powerful to go for this EWM one. Okay, we have even simple warehouse management, but why is emerging and EWM is so popular in the near future? Because that's we have discussed last time, and also myself, I presented completely what is the EWM and where we have to use, like and I presented some of the end-to-end session, like some of the views, how it looks like exactly, some of the SAP screens I presented and some of the, but don't worry, that is the only thing is like to demonstrate that like what are the processes we perform in EWM system. That's all we have done it. Okay, so today I'm assuming that today onwards everything from the new, okay, we will cover from the basic level and to move forward that. So this is the training is not a basic training. This is the SAP advanced training. Okay, you can understand this advanced training means I'm going to cover from the basic level to advanced level. So if at all you want to catch up first I need to explain what exactly warehouse. Okay, what is the purpose of warehouse? Why is why we use a warehouse? What is the purpose of the warehouse in a real-time business scenarios? Okay, so I will go through most of the thing today is the theoretical aspect today, and so that you can understand different warehouse layouts. I will try to show that, and also I will try to explain the different terminologies. I will also explain that what are the process we are going to cover in as a part of the EWM SAP processes, and also what are the terminologies we use in a day to day in for the SAP EWM one, and as well as the even a warehouse terminology as well. And also I will try to explain you what are the equipments we are going to use in a warehouse, and so that you will be familiarized those things. Like that's very important because when I'm trying to explain you in a SAP system, first of all you should be understanding those terminologies, and also you should have visualized that those things, the equipments. Okay, when I'm talking about forklifts, you should understand how it looks like forklift. If I'm trying to understand talking about some of the pallets, you should understand how it looks like pallets. Okay, so packaging specs, so those things first you need to expose these terminologies and the different layouts and the different processes in the warehouse. So then we will move to the SAP system. Okay, so what we will do, we will recap what exactly we have done last session. So though that is a demo session, but we will go through that. As I mentioned that, so every process, every step will be very detailed. We are going like because last time is very time is constrained for us, but we want to cover as many things as possible so that people may understand that what we are going to cover that. Okay, so today's session is the first session, EWM one, and this is the topics where I'm presenting currently. So we have covered last sessions. Almost this is the sixth or seventh session, I believe that. So I might have trained nearly 400 consultants all over the globe. Okay, this is not the first time, and we have been doing since 2020 onwards. Okay, so you might have seen almost all the topics we covered, so very extensively, and we'll go very slowly, and you people will catch up for that. Okay, there is no secret for the learning of EWM, only the practice. If you practice, yes, you will get it. That's only the bottom line to learn SAP. Okay, EWM software. Okay, I will move into the some of the topics we covered last time, and then I will go to the deep dive one by one. I will cover today's topic is the layouts, terminology, and the basic concepts to start EWM learning. Okay. Yeah, you can stop me anywhere if you have any doubts, okay? And you can ping me or you can chat me, and you can stop me as well in case. Okay, but what I will do, I will explain first, maybe some around 30-35 minutes, then I will stop. I will ask if you have any questions, then we will move forward that. Okay. Okay. And as you know, okay, this is the one of the end-to-end flow. Okay, remember why we need EWM system. Okay, what is the why we need a warehouse at all? Okay, why can't we go for just a plant? Assuming that, okay, any business, okay, these are all ERP applications. Okay, enterprise resource planning applications. Okay, where you want to you manage your business. Okay, for example, you have a manufacturing company. Okay, I will take one example, car manufacturing company, you take it example. Okay, so see, to produce a car manufacturing, okay, to produce one car, so imagine that what kind of raw materials you need to produce a car. And you need raw material sometime, you need some finished goods, we may use semi-finished goods also. Okay, imagine that. So you need a requirement. Okay, you need to produce a car. So to produce the car, somewhere the demand should come, am I right? The requirement should start somewhere. So the sales people will analyze, okay, which are the cars most demand, which one we can produce it, what is the market demand. So based on that demand from the sales, they will validate, okay, how much we need. Okay, if I want to produce 1,000, okay, 1 million cars for 1 year time, then what are the raw materials I need if at all I want to produce 1 million cars in 1 year time? So you need to think of raw materials. So raw material means, so purchasing team will play major role for that. Purchasing team. Okay. So to process all the things, we need a company, right? First of all, to do all this activity, we should have a company. So company is a legal entity in anywhere in the country. So company we have to set up first. Okay, company we need to set up, and under the company we need to see that where is the location, how many plants we need. Okay, for example, I have a manufacturing plant in US. It is having plants in California, Dallas, or different locations. Okay, I refer US all the time because most of the time our best practice system is US based, so I will always refer as US as an example. Okay, assuming that I have a manufacturing company located in California, that is a company and also one plant. I have another plant is a Dallas, also another plant. So both plants, we are producing the cars for that. So when I want to produce the cars, I need a raw materials. If at all I need a raw materials, I need a purchasing department to purchase from that. So that means we need a suppliers all over the globe to get the raw material of finished goods, semi-finished goods. Okay, to produce for that. Okay, just producing, getting raw material is not enough, am I right? You need to store somewhere else. Somewhere we have to store that. Okay, whether EWM managed plant or warehouse managed plant or any some other software. Okay, whatever software. So we need to maintain those raw material. First instance, we have to receive the goods. Okay, that means when a supplier has delivered some goods to the plant or warehouse, anywhere in the California or in the Sedala, first you need to receive the goods into the plant or warehouse. You have to store it first. So that is a need, because I said that requirement is 1 million cars. So we need how much raw material? Okay, you may question me like, do you need every material at the same time? So that's what. So then in the coming to manufacturing. Okay, manufacturing means there's a production one. When we need those raw materials, okay, is it immediately we need, or like, over the period of time we need? So the production will be going to place a major role for that. That means manufacturing team or production team will major role. Now you understand, the purchasing team will purchase it, then production team will plan it, when to produce it, how many cars will they produce, they will plan for that. Okay, so once we receive the material in the warehouse, okay, so raw material same thing, then production team will plan it to produce, to start the manufacturing for that. Once you manufacturing that particular product, okay, assuming that assembly, all these things, car will be produced. When you produce the car, you may not deliver directly to the customers. So you may keep temporarily for a while. You need to put it back again, all the manufactured final finished product as a car, you need to get it back to the warehouse. So to store that also you need a warehouse. Sometime, so they keep in the outside of the plant or inside of the plant. Depends on the company and their warehouse capacity, all these things. Once you produce the goods, okay, somewhere you just producing goods is not enough, right? Any business, for what purpose you run the business? You need to sell it and you get the profit out of that. That means the sales team, next one, once you produce the good, the sales team is responsible for that. Okay, to fulfill the order requirement. Somebody will place an order. Okay, we may having several customers all over the globe. Okay, so customer will place the orders. Depends kind of orders, whether we have a standard order, rush orders. We will go through a very deep dive. Okay, so typical stand orders. Okay, so when a customer place an order, so we need to fulfill that orders to the customer. That means we will deliver all final finished product as a car. So we will deliver goods to that. The sales will play major role next. So now you understand that purchasing is important. You understand that production means we need a manufacturing is important. And you understand once produce, the sales will play major role. Okay. So next, what is the one? Once we get an order, then who is going to do all these activities? You have to pick it, you have to pack it. Okay. As I mentioned, right? So finish not only car, even some of the other products also we may do that, because sometimes customer will place a not only finished product, he may place some other spare parts also. Okay, I'm repeating spare parts. Okay, spare parts. Okay, some of the that's called parts, just parts alone. Okay, so somebody should pick them right in the warehouse. So imagine that the size you have a requirement of 1 million cars, the kind of raw material. Then imagine that how big the warehouse should be, and imagine that how you are going to manage those raw material in a different locations, because the size will vary for each, because products will be different sizes. Okay, how do you know that you have to pick the products which locations? Okay, so as a simple plant, it's not at all possible for any business, okay, to expedite those process very quickly. Okay, so you need to understand that we cannot expedite in in an easy way, because the challenge in the warehouse, this it's a massive warehouses, it may be 2 kilometers big warehouse, and the product will be located anywhere. Okay, so by implementing any ERP application, in that matter we are discussing about the SAP EWM system. Why is it so powerful? Because SAP EWM is not only powerful in terms of the warehouse activities, like inbound activities, those we receive the good from the suppliers like raw materials or semi goods, and also those we deliver goods, okay, based on the customer orders like a picking and packing and staging. And also we made physical inventory or some other activities, okay, customer returns, vendor returns, stock transfer orders, okay, replenishment, physical inventory, okay, cross docking. Okay, those process in a day-to-day activities, it's one of the powerful software, and also it is a powerful the integration aspect. See, imagine any supply chain activity, what do you expect that? So any company means is a legal entity. So when you are receiving certain goods, when you are delivering goods to the customer, so when you are almost means stock is adding there. When you receive the goods, stock is adding. When you deliver goods to the customer, stock is leaving. So when you are receiving, means there is a financial activity is going to trigger now. That means when you are receiving something, means you are placing order, means from the supplier, means you need to pay for them. When you are delivering goods to the customer will pay for that. So there is a financial activities play major role. So there is a yes, SAP finance is there, so that integration will come into picture. SAP finance, SAP purchasing, SAP sales, SAP production, then and the warehouse is again is there. So it's wonderful. Now, okay, you got orders, you already picked and you want to deliver. Next one is transportation is a big deal. Okay, shipping is a major, any supply chain industry, end-to-end flow. Okay, transportation will play major role for that. Okay, so that's where SAP TM will play major role for that. Okay, so SAP again they brought another application called SAP TM. Okay, another model. So where it will handle so easily for all your orders, when we these orders will be picked, when orders will be delivered goods to that, and what kind of way we can deliver it. Okay, mode of transport, whether it is a road flow or air flow or sea flow or like that. So the transport will play major role when we have to deliver those packed goods to the customer. So you understand that, okay, shipping will play major role. Apart from that, you may see that because you are receiving goods from the suppliers, or you may deliver goods to the customer, but you cannot simply deliver goods to them, right? You cannot receive it, you cannot deliver. So you have to check the quality all the time when you are receiving, when you are delivering goods to the customer. So quality will play a major role for that. So we need to integrate with our EWM system such a way that when you receive the goods, okay, we need to check it. When you manufacture goods, we can put it back to the warehouse. Again, we have to validate the quality. So again, QM, quality management will play a major role here. Okay, so you understand, am I right? So SAP, such a way that such a software where it is a powerful in terms of the integration other areas. Other areas means finance, sales, purchasing, and shipping, as well as the quality management and also production. Apart from that, even health and safety is another software is there. Apart from that, we have even GTS also, Global Trade Service. Okay, that's a compliance one. Remember, whenever you are accepting a goods from the different countries or within the country, or like when you are delivering goods to the different countries, okay, it should comply that. It should be legally the compliant that. We cannot deliver goods simply like to the customer. So he may buy it, he may misuse the some of thing. So there is a GTS will play major role if at all your business will be comply with the international standards. Okay, comply with the international standards. Okay, it's not something like I can sell it, it's a simple way. Okay, no. So we have to follow some compliance rules for that. So SAP brought GTS software where it will stringent way it will follow that when you implement that. Okay, for ESP, even including with the EWM system. Okay, system will follow that when we need to deliver goods, then before delivering goods or before creating a delivery, so system will validate that any compliance is there. So compliance team will release the order, then only system will create a delivery for picking and packing and planning for rest of the activities. Okay, so you understand that you need to take, you go back and understand that. Okay, take any example you are familiar in the business. Okay, whether manufacturing industry or like you are familiar with the retail industry, you are familiar with the oil and gas, you are familiar with aerospace, you are familiar with automotive, whatever industry you are familiar. Okay, even a layman term, even you work okay, like um, any other business. Okay, very small business also, even running a small retail shop also. Okay, you need to observe that. Okay, if I have something, means I need something to get it somewhere to sell it that. So then I want to plan for shipping activity, I need to picking, I need to store it. So all these process, am I right, from end to end, it's called the supply chain. It's called the supply chain management. Okay, so EWM will comes under the supply chain management, is one of the SAP model where this SAP EWM warehouse management system will integrate with the purchasing, SAP sourcing and procurement, and also it integrate with the um, sales, and it integrates with the transportation management, it integrates with the production management, like I said PP now is called manufacturing, and also it integrates the QM quality management, it is also integrated with the GTS. So that is the one of the advantage and is a powerful SAP EWM. Okay, there are other software in the market, but Red Perry, okay, Manhattan, those are, but they are very good in the standalone, they are very good. But when you come to the integration aspect, okay, nobody can beat SAP EWM. Okay, one more thing is, because I know that you are all looking for the new career in EWM. So remember that. So way back was 20 years back, SAP has brought only simple warehouse management. It's a like subset of material management. Okay, so but because the kind of the processes and the complication of the process, so WM is may not feasible software where we can set up such a complex nature of the businesses. Okay, and also same time other business, other ERP application in the market, they're also dominating even SAP. So EWM has brought it is a completely no comparison with the SAP warehouse management, simple warehouse management. It is still available even S4 system, but it is almost going to sunset. It said first 25, now they are going to 30. Okay, so imagine that a lot of warehouses previously, maybe it's a 35,000 warehouse all over the globe, they are using SAP warehouse management, simple warehouse management. So they are forced to move into SAP WM system. Okay, either today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, they have to move it. So there is no scope for them to skip unless they want to come out from the SAP system. Okay, so a lot of demand in the future. And also, like, is the EWM is not as easy for some other SAP models. Okay, because a lot of announcement required, business requirement will vary from the company to company. Okay, business to business. Okay, that is the advantage of the SAP EWM. Okay, so this is the entire supply chain unit. Then I explained you why we need SAP EWM, and I explained the entire supply chain unit. So where we are standing up on that. So we understand that we are going to integrate other business areas, okay, for the smooth transition of the business, okay, from receipt of the goods until delivery of the goods to the customer. Okay, so that is the EWM warehouse, EWM system where we can manage all these activities. Okay, so you know that last time we discussed this one. This is a EWM has developed from the scratch. Okay, this is not a complete, I mean, this is a completely new architecture. Okay, so there is no comparison warehouse management. Okay, so definitely we can go for very large warehouses if we want to implement, then we have to go for EWM system. And also is a very good system where we can integrate so complex nature of the movements. Okay, last time we have discussed, remember, complex nature means when unload happened, deconsol. There are so many processes in the warehouse. So where I will just try to explain today. Okay. And also we also gone through some of the differences between basic warehouse functions in EWM and advanced warehouse functions. Okay. Most of the time everybody should go for advanced, but the only thing is they need to take an advanced license to pay extra money for that. Okay. And also we discussed most of the WM and EWM. Okay, but we'll go very, very detailed way. But this is a very few things we've discussed last time. Okay, and this is the a comparison between the simple warehouse management and extended warehouse management, and where we can see the functionalities. So these topics, so don't worry about that. I'm going to explain today. So you will be familiarized all this theoretical aspect. At least in a layman term, you can understand that what exactly we do that for that. Okay. Coming back to the SAP EWM processes. Okay, what kind of processes we perform in a warehouse? Okay, before, this is the typical process in the warehouse, we will follow that. Okay, which will be segregated as a three processes. One is inbound process. As we mentioned, that inbound means when you are trying to receive the goods, okay, from the suppliers. Okay, you need a certain requirement. Okay, to fulfill the requirement, you need some raw materials, or you may need some semi-finished goods, or you may need finished goods from the supplier. So you may get from the different supplier all over the globe and you receive it. So those all these receipt will fall under the inbound process. Okay, it will also fall under the stock transfer order. Okay, for example, you may requested from your plant to the other plant. For example, I have a major manufacturing plant in California, but Dallas is my another plant. So I requested Dallas plant to deliver some of the finished goods, some of the raw material. So those stock transfer also falls under the inbound process. Okay, any receipt. Okay, apart from that, so we may have, like, customer returns. For most of the time, we know that when you are trying to fulfill the customer orders, you deliver goods to the customer. Sorry guys, okay, I missed that. Okay, so sorry, I missed that. Okay, what I explained you that, 1 second. So sorry, I missed that. Okay, I missed completely. Okay, sorry, I missed. Sorry guys. Okay, so this is what I was trying to explain you. Okay, this is the supply chain it where I was trying to explain you. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, I thought I was sharing this one. Okay, so this is the end-to-end flow. Where is the supply chain it works? Okay, and as we discussed last time, like some of things. Okay, what the advantage of the EWM management system, and we also discussed about some of the basic functions. Okay, any warehouse, what are the functions, we go for that. We'll go very detailed way, and these are the advanced functions, and we'll go through that, what are the advanced functions and how license it will be different from simple warehouse to advanced one. We also discussed last time WM to EWM. So we will continuously working on this. This is not a end. Okay. So when we are working, we will go through very detailed way. Okay. This is the summary of the simple warehouse management to EWM management. Okay. So this is the where I'm trying to explain you. It's like, the typical SAP EWM, we have a three processes. One is the inbound process. One is the storage operations. One is the outbound process. Okay. So this is the like inbound process means typically you are receiving goods from the different suppliers, or like you may receive from a different plant, that's called stock transfer order, or it may be from once you manufacture your goods, okay, you may receive it back to the warehouse. It is also fall under the inbound process. And if, another thing is it may be, for example, you may deliver goods to the customer, but due to some reason damage happened or maybe quality issue, so customer will return back to the our warehouse. So even customer returns, it also falls under the inbound process. Okay, so typically from the goods we are receiving from the suppliers, that is the first, most of the time it will happen. And another one is stock transfer order. And second one, third one is the production related one where we produce it, received back to the warehouse. And the fourth one is the customer returns. Okay, those are the four categories falls under the inbound process. Okay, coming back to the outbound process. Okay, this inbound process will play major role SAP. Okay, I know the most of people very easy to understand material management. Okay, now it is called as a sourcing and procurement. Okay, now it is called the, so same thing SAP, the name they changed the sourcing and procurement. Okay, you are sourcing the suppliers and you are procuring from them. That is the meaning of sourcing and procurement. Okay, it's not just material management. You are also sourcing now or procuring from them. That is the meaning of sourcing and procurement. So SAP will play major role here. And the next one, when you come to outbound process, so outbound process is a sales activity. Okay, this is a purchasing activity. So this is a purchasing activity. This is a sales activity. Once we have a stock in the warehouse, whether it is a finished good or semi-finished goods, where we are that is sellable products. Okay, I'm repeating, the sellable products which we supposed to sell the goods to the customer. So customer will place a order. So based on the order, we are trying to pick it, pack it, and stage it, and load it, and plan the shipping. So then we'll deliver goods to that. So all outbound process will falls under the sales, that is called SAP sales. Okay, in a old way, we call as a sales and distribution. Because the terminology is slightly changed. It is now SAP sales. Okay, inbound process will fall under the purchasing. Okay, outbound process will falls under the sales. Okay, and next one, storage and operations. Okay, sorry, still I want to cover some more thing. Outbound process. So here outbound process, most of the time the orders. So the typical orders, we may have a standard orders. Okay, we may have a rush orders. Any business, you know that you wanted place order, you want to get a next day delivery. Okay, that's called rush order. For example, you don't have any priority, so you place the order, you may get maybe 5 days or 10 days, 15 days. It may fall under the standard orders. Typical standard order, rush order. So any business, they will terminal as a standard or rush orders. Okay, so here also the category will come. Okay, most of the time outbound process, okay, is the order fulfillment most of the time, and also stock transfer order. For example, from our warehouse to the different warehouse or different plant, we want to deliver it. So other plant people or the other warehouse guys will request some of the finished or some of the finished or semi-finished goods or raw material. So they wanted from our warehouse. So that is also fall under the outbound process. So STO goes. Okay, stock transfer order. So it will fall, even inbound also STO is there, even outbound also STO is there. Okay, here you are receiving from other plant to here, but here we are moving, we are delivering goods from our plant, from our warehouse to other plant, other warehouse. So stock transfer order also falls under that. Okay, other thing, apart from this, even kits, kit to order, kit to stock will also fall under the outbound process. Okay, kit to stock and kit to order is, for example, take example, I'm taking one simple example. Assume that my manufacturing company is producing a bicycles. Okay, bicycle is the final finished product, but all the child products are the wheels, the mud guards, okay, so any lights, okay, and tires, all these are the child parts. So I'm not going to my warehouse. We are not going to assemble and deliver as a single product as a cycle. What we do, somebody places a cycle, we will pick those child products and pack it. We will deliver as a assembly. Okay, we won't assembly, but we will pick the product. So those kitting activity is also fall under the outbound process. Okay, apart from that, vendor return process also falls under that. See, most of the time you receive the goods from the suppliers, so those which will fail in the quality management, as we know that. So sometime quality management may be there in our warehouse, may not be there. Okay, so it's a completely business requirement. If it's a quality involves, then they will validate every product which is accepted. Every product means they have a samples, which when they have to do that, how many samples we have to test, the quality QM will decides. Okay, it's not like you and me, so they will decide. So then we need to integrate that. Okay, how it works. So during that quality test, okay, some of the product is failed. Okay, so we cannot keep them, right? When you receive from the supplier, we have to deliver back to that failed components to the again supplier. Okay, so vendor returns, even vendor returns, it is also fall under the outbound process. Okay, so don't worry, we will go through very detailed, but just as a kickstart, you want to understand that what kind of processes will be followed in the any warehouse operations. Okay, apart from the inbound and outbound process, okay, we have of the mostly we will hear about the storage and operations. Okay, physical inventory. Okay, physical inventory means, like, as you know that when you are accepting the stock, such a huge stock, and storing that stock even after manufacturing, so we need to validate it. We need to validate whether physical stock, system stock. Okay, physical stock and system stock. Physical stock like says that, okay, we have a, for example, I have 100 cars in this one, but system stock only 99. There is a one difference there. So in operation in a day to day, they need to validate all the time system stock and physical stock. Whether they may do daily, or they may do annually, or they may do every 6 months, they may do statistical counting every 3 months. It is a completely business. But so physical inventory plays a major role in a day-to-day operations, and is so a lot of people will work on the inventory area. Okay, physical. So always check the stock levels, invent physical and system stock validation will happen. So those activities falls under the physical inventory. And replenishment and kit to stock, all these things. Replenishment, see, most of the time, such a big warehouse, you may not keep all the products so nearest to the pickable location. So what we do, we will keep somewhere else, but so you will keep the nearest point where you always replenish the stock from reserve area to the nearest point. Okay, that is called replenish. Replenish means the stock which is easily accessible for you, and most of the time we keep a reserve area, that is reserve area very far distance to the pickable location. So we may not go every time, am I right, to reserve area to pick it. So we will always do the replenishment. So replenishment is also one of the biggest activity in the warehouse, where will dedicated team will responsible day to day. They will replenish the stock from reserve area to the most pickable locations. That is called replenishment. Okay, kit to stock, as I said, it's most of the time it will fall under the outbound, but we will talk about the kit to stock, kit to order, reverse kitting. So we will go very deep dive for that. Okay, so apart from that, you know that the wonderful inbound process will happen, storage and outbound process. So how do you see that? How do you see these processes? How do you see these documents? How do you see the stock in all the stock levels? How do I see that how many orders I received, how many we fulfilled? Similarly, how many inbound documents is created, how many we have received? So all these things, it will fall into the analytics and reporting. Okay, SAP brought into the warehouse management cockpit, where we can see all these processes, all these stock levels. Okay, so day to day everything we can see in a warehouse cockpit. Okay, I will go through after that. Okay, so we have very good warehouse cockpit, where we can monitor all the inbound activities, outbound activities, storage operations. Okay, so these are the typical process. Okay, as we last time also I discussed some more things. Okay, so some differences, but we will go through very deep dive later. Today, most of the my focus on terminology things, and this is the SAP where they have a portfolio. Okay, this is the ECC legacy system. Now everybody moving to the S4 system. So then, so our region of focus is S4. So we will always talk about the finance or sourcing and procurement. So ours comes as supply chain, and S4 manufacturing. Earlier we call as a production. Now it's called manufacturing. And the S4 HANA sales, or previously we call as the sales and distribution. Okay. I'll go landscape, everything we'll discuss later. Okay. So now, so the typical process we follow, okay, how we follow is, this is the way we follow that, okay, how you are going to integrate other SAP model, like, how you integrate other things, okay. So we will always segregate into several steps, okay. System integration. Because system integration means, okay, how SAP is integrated with other SAP models in the within the SAP. How we can integrate with other non-system, like other than the SAP system, okay? How we can integrate with it. So those part we will cover it. Next one, we will cover the master data integrations. Okay, what are the master data we need to perform our inbound activities, to perform our outbound activities, to perform our storage and operations. Okay, we will see, like typically in a supply chain industry, we will always see materials is a master data, and the customers or vendors, okay, plant storage locations, okay, those are the master data. Okay, it's not like so exhaustive way. So if you remember materials, if you remember customers or vendors, okay, and if you remember the plant storage locations, okay, so that's more than enough. Okay, we will discuss more deep dive with the material master data. Okay, and then how our operations is going to work. Okay, as we've discussed about the inbound process, we have discussed the outbound process, all the like internal process, how system understanding those processes. So that is falls under the delivery document integration. Okay, we will discuss how we need to integrate with purchasing to the EWM, how we integrate with the sales to the EWM system, how we integrate with the TM system to EWM system, how we integrate with the production system to the EWM system, and also GTS, so on. So okay, so like warehouse integration processing. So all we will focus on all areas, and we will explain very deep dive. So each area we spend at least maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, okay, so that you can understand every aspect of the SAP EWM. Okay, coming back to this one. So this is where we follow that. So first I'm going today, okay, typical warehouse layouts. Okay, I know that most of the PIM experience, guys. Okay, I will answer later, guys. Okay, so typical warehouse layout design. You may hope you can see my presentation. Okay, if you have, you can stop me. Okay, so this is the typical layout. Okay, any industry. So you may come across feature while implementing any SAP EWM. Okay, so any warehouse, it may be U-shaped design. Okay, or it may be I-shaped design. It may be L-shaped design. Okay, the difference is, see, as I mentioned, in a warehouse process, two process most of the time is there. Okay, one is the inbound, one is the outbound. Always they design the warehouse such a way that you are receiving goods from the supplier, so you are unloading and you are going to store it here. Once you get a customer order, you are going to pick it and you deliver goods to this one. So always say like kind of warehouse design they follow, such the most effective way they want to manage their operations. So it's completely out of our region of area, but you understand that how it looks like different kind of layouts. Okay, whether it may be U-shape. Okay, this is the most common layout used in the industry. Okay, if it is a warehouse where is a high volume one, okay, the warehouse is a very high volume, okay, it's a 1 million parts, okay, so it's a massive warehouse. It can, we can walk from one end to this end, maybe 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers. Okay, so such a warehouses, they will always go for the I-shape. Why I say? Because it's the most is a efficient warehouse. We can store as many products as possible, and also it's easy to manage. So one is the inbound side. Same thing, you are receiving goods from the supplier. Other one is fulfill the customer orders. So separate areas for that, so that for smooth operations. Okay. Another one we have is the, if at all you want even very high storage needs you need. So another process we go for the L-shaped design. Okay. So as I mentioned, so we may not influence anything because already warehouse is designed, already available, already already the warehouse is established, so nothing much. But these different warehouse layouts will help you to understand that okay, which warehouse influence their overall business activities in a day-to-day operations. Okay, again another L shape similar. This assume that this is the inbound, other one is the outbound. So to separate their operations, inbound is a separate one, outbound is a separate activity. So the different layouts, okay, in the typical okay, in the market, so these are the different layout, okay, is available. So where logistic engineers in will involve, if at all we want to establish a new warehouse, they will always see the feasibility studies to understand what is the best layout we can design such a way that okay, I can store it, I can fulfill my operations in a smooth, okay, and in the day-to-day operations. Okay, so these are the typical names we can then say layout. And moving to the another typical warehouse layout here. See what are the process we can perform. We as I mentioned that inbound, outbound, and storage operations. So here also we can see now U-shape design, right? So this is called the transportation unit. In a EWM terminology, is called transportation unit. In a layman term, is called the okay trailer. Okay, in a warehouse terminology, it is called the trailer or transportation unit. What it contains? It contains the handling unit. It contains the packed goods. It contains the packaging units. Okay, so these white, you can see that yellow, right? These are the packed goods, and they will attach the pallets for that. So, for example, if at all I want to unload it, so I cannot simply unload it using my hands, right? The warehouse operator will use some forklift or something to unload those things. Okay, so the transport in it contains the packaging units. Within that, we have a products for that. Okay, within the products for that. So this is called the inbound dock. Okay, the area where you are trying to receive the goods is called the inbound dock. Then you will unload these goods through the door, and you are going to keep here. Once you unload it, it may depends on the okay. So there are in AWM different strategies is there. So just unloading is not enough, am I right? Okay, people have already unloaded here. How do you know that which product will be placed from here or here or here? How do you know that? So imagine a very simple warehouse is a very easy to manage it. Imagine millions of the bins. Okay, imagine kind of warehouse has a 1 million orders in a maybe 1 year time. Okay, so such a larger warehouse is impossible to follow manual approach. So it should be system driven. When you unload happen, the product should be automatically diverted relevant area, means designated locations. So those we call as a storage area. Okay, this is a main storage area. So we will see that how we want to establish these complex nature of things, like once unload happened, then these things you may deliver to the final locations, or okay, these products, or you may send it to the quality before going to do that, or you may do certain operations before going to final put away. Okay, so final put away means you are taking these goods, keeping the final bin locations called the final put away. Okay, and based on the order, okay, so other one we have outbound based on the order. So people will pick these goods from here, and sometime you may pack it, you may store here sometime, and then you may deliver goods to the, this is called the outbound staging area. Okay, and then once shipping team involves, because he cannot just pack it and deliver yourself warehouse summarize. It's not a warehouse responsibility. There is shipping team will involves when you pack it, when the packed goods will be delivered to the customer. So they will plan it. So once plan it, so some vehicle will arrive. So for example, we have a third party like DHL, that Blue Dart, they are the regular players in the market. They will help for our business, okay, to fulfill customer orders on behalf of us, because they have a transportation units. They will manage all the shipping activities. It may be road, it may be sea, it may be air, or whatever thing. Okay, even Blue Dart, DHL, they are the most popular players in the market. So once the vehicle arrives, they will load the goods. Okay, this falls under the outbound dock. This falls in the outbound dock. Okay, these are the typical terminologies. So from this warehouse, move that next one. So this is a one more picture you can see here. So WMS is a warehouse management system. So equal as a warehouse. This is all internal activities. I said all our inbound process, whatever we discuss inbound process and the storage and operations and also outbound process. All will happen within the warehouse. You may now, first time you are seeing other one. This is the one. Okay. All this falls under this is called the add. Okay. Add, YARD, add. So if at all you wanted capture the vehicle movements, because your warehouse having a thousands of vehicle arriving on a day-to-day, okay, activities like inbound activities or like outbound activities, you are receiving thousands of vehicles on a day-to-day. So it's impossible for the warehouse to plan it which vehicle will be docked first. Documents which vehicle will be moved to the docking location, door area to unload it, or which vehicle will be docked to fulfill the customer order. So if at all you want to manage those vehicles, when to dock, when to act, so we can go for the ad management. So this is called the ad management to capture the vehicle movements and to tell them vehicles to be stored in the yard area sometime. Okay, they will plan it. They will tell us like, when we have to dock the vehicle and when we have to load it, when to have to unload it. So if at all you want to capture the ad management, so apart from the warehouse, this is ad management to capture the all the vehicle movements from the check-in, from the gate entry, from the parking and until the docking, until the leaving the goods, until the leaving the transportation in it or the trailers. So these are all called the trailers. On EWM terminology we call the transportation in it. In a simple way we call as the transportation in it. Okay, simple terminology, the outside of the warehouse is called the ad management. Okay, to capture the vehicle movements from entry to exit. Okay, what is happening inside, then we will discuss very extensively. Okay, now you understand that what is the ad management. Okay, coming back to the another warehouse. Okay, this is the one of the complex warehouse, and this is the semi-automatic warehouse where not only traditional activities involves and even automatic warehouse also. Okay, look at this one. This is these are the forklift. Okay, these are the forklifts. Okay, this is also another forklift. Okay, I will go through the some of the terminology after that. Okay, I'm trying to explain the processes, then I will jump into the equipments. Okay, if you look at here, okay, as we discussed, this is the transportation in it. Okay, so when assuming that this is for the inbound dock, okay, I'm planning for inbound docks for this one. Okay, and this maybe I'm using for the outbound dock. That's what I'm trying to say, because it's a one-sided, all the doors are located, but this is a complete different design. So they wanted perform all activities inbound one side and outbound one side. Okay, assuming that when I receive the transportation in it from the suppliers, this is inside the goods, so it will be unloaded here. Okay, when I unload here, this area is called the staging area. Okay, so these are the doors. Okay, this is the staging area. Once unload happen, this is the inbound staging area. So email system will divert them, right? Which product, which handling should be, which locations. So for example, system will suggest for this one. So if you look at here, this is the high racking area. Okay, we will call as a high rack. Okay, racking area. So where our forklift will be operated between the two racking areas. So between the two racking area, we call as the aisle. So the forklift guy, he will take the firm, any equipment, he will take these products and he can keep any empty locations. Okay, any empty locations. And if you see that same way, this location, so he cannot access this one. It is a completely driven by the mechanical equipment. This is called the ASRS. Okay, ASRS. Okay, automatic storage. Okay, automatic retrieval. Okay, ASAR. Okay, automatic storage, automatic retrieval. So this is the most of the time is a automatic. So no resource will be allowed. So because this here, because we have a mechanical equipment will be there. So this mechanical will take care all the activities, like when you drop at the handling unit at the any um, conveyor belts, okay, it will take automatically, say it will arrive this my equipment, it will take that, it will drop in the location again when the customer order will be there. So system will pull the will retrieve the handling unit, drop on the conveyor belts, and then will fill the customer orders. Okay, this is ASR as well. Okay, so most of the time to cover this kind of situation we can go for MFS. Okay, that is called material flow system in EWM system. Okay, or else we can go for without MFS also. We can go for third party systems where we can integrate with EWM to here, and all equipments will be third party, but we will send all our activities to the third party so that they will activate those equipments, okay, through the third party system. Okay, one is a MFS, it is the integral part of the EWM system where it's a very easy way to manage it, but it's no, we need not much additional equipment is required. But there are occasions the business will go for the, instead of MFS, they will go for third party systems. So they will operate through the third party, but we will integrate with those equipments to our EWM system through the IDOC approach. Okay, that we will discuss very later. But you understand that we can integrate third party systems, and also we can integrate with the EWM MFS system where you want to go for ASRS storage locations. Okay, where you want to manage very quickly. Okay, no human intervention required. So then we can go for the ASRS. And here also another one is also more or less the same here, but is a see very small. Here we can say totes. Okay, they are keeping maybe you can say fast moving goods or anything, like So here also there is a yellow lines. These are the mechanical equipments. Once you get a order, or like it will activate automatically, it will go there somewhere, it retrieves it, drops here. Okay, so then once you drop it, it will arrive here. Then we will do some packing. So this is called the outbound staging area. Okay, outbound staging area. Then we will load it through the doors to the transportation unit. Okay, this is another typical warehouse. Okay. So next one is, this is a completely purely it is a like the complete automatic warehouse. Okay, here we can go two things, guys. If at all, like they see, if you look at here, there is no like human beings, like we can access these things. Okay, so for example, when you drop here, okay, it will fall under automatically through the conveyor belts, the HOs. Okay, this all the white we call as the HOs. Okay, HO means is a packed goods. Okay, in other terminology, handling units. Okay, handling unit. Sometimes people will use a case. In a warehouse terminology, case, CASE case, or a handling unit, or packed goods. Inside we have a packing any materials. Okay, raw material, finished goods, something like that. Okay, so when you drop the pallet, okay, we call as a pallet because so it carries the packed goods in the pallet. When you drop the pallet here, it will go all along and reaches here. The moment you approach here, this mechanical equipment will be activated through the MFS we can activate, or like third party also we can activate through the IDOCs. Okay, the vehicle will arrive here, take these goods, it may drop here. Okay, so based on these certain strategies, so EWM having a lot of strategies, put away strategies, like which product will be kept which location. Okay, we can control. Okay, we can control any product you wanted certain designated location, we can control it. Okay, so we have a lot of flexibility in a EWM system. We can control whichever products we want to keep certain location, whether it is a temperature control, whether it's a non-temperature control, whether a fixed bin concept, whether it is a like floor location, whether it is a racking location, whether mezzanine location, whether it is a fast moving, whether slow moving. So we can control all these okay activities, okay, in a smooth manner using the EWM system. Okay, so we have a lot of strategies behind put away strategies, stock removal strategies, that we will discuss it. Okay, so this is the completely automated. Same thing when you get a customer order, so the mechanical equipment will be activated. So it may be assume that once, for example, this one we want to get it. So mechanical activated, it's going to pick these goods, it will drop here. Then it will follow all along to here. Okay, so it will drop and it will deliver goods to here. So this is a completely automatic warehouse. So no human intervention required because everything driven by the mechanical equipment. So how we can integrate if at all we want to implement SAP EWM here. So first choice is EWM with MFS, or else if they don't want to go for MFS, we can go for EWM with the third party logistics. This all equipments will be enabled through the IDOC approach. Okay. Some of the other layouts. Okay, this is a typical layouts, and this is another warehouse. Okay, and this is all the another typical warehouse. Okay, don't worry, we will go through very detailed. And now you can see, okay, you know that now inbound doors are there. You know that receipt area, that's called inbound staging area. Okay, and we have a floor, we have a shelves, that's a racking, high racks. Okay, we have a Dickens work center. So work center means, like, work center means you do certain activities. Okay, whether you may do packing, or you may do unpacking, or like, you may add some value for that. Okay, that's called value added service. Work center means is a physical location, guys. Is a physical location where we do the certain activities, whether packing, repacking, or adding the label. Okay, like painting activities, or like oiling so whatever activities, and also quality. So we may test the quality of the products. So that's called quality work center. Work center means to perform certain activity is called the work center. Okay, and because you are receiving goods, that is called inbound, and you are delivering goods to is the for the customer order, that's called goods issue staging area. Okay, so we always call the inbound staging area, outbound staging area, and is the doors outbound. And any packing, you want to pack it when you pick the goods, that's called packing area. Okay, and high racking, where you store most of the products, that's called high racking. And a fixed bin, so for example, you have a temperature controlled. Okay, so you want a designated area, so we can always go for the fixed bin. Okay, we have a shelves means is a smaller sizes where we want to keep certain products like loose parts, no nuts, bolts and all, they will call as a shelves or something. And a floor area where we want to keep a very larger 1 ton kind of equipment we want to keep. We won't keep racking them, right? So we keep in the floor locations. Okay, all these names, right? In a EWM we call as a storage type. Okay, storage type. How do you capture in EWM as this one? As a storage type. That means to manage every physical area, we need to define as a storage type in EWM system, so that we can capture every physical location as a storage type, and followed by the bins, or followed by the section, followed by the bins. Okay, is a typical terminal, very easy. Storage type followed by storage section, storage bins. Storage bins are the lowest one where we can keep the products. Okay, and this is another typical one. So this is I-shape design. You are recepting somewhere. Same thing, inbound staging area. So deconsolidation. So the terminology deconsolidation is, so most of the time in industry, supplier will deliver, okay, different products. Okay, most of the time different products, or it may be same product. So but we need to dismantle, or you need to unpacking and repacking. So if at all you want to perform those activities, it's called the deconsolidation. So the term is deconsolidate, means you are recepting certain homogeneous or non-homogeneous products. You want to unpack it and repack it. Those activities, if at all you want to perform, that is called the deconsolidation or deconsolidated work center. And anyway, the storage bins means you are trying to keep the product, is called the storage bins. Okay, packing. So when you pick the goods, you need to pack it, am I right? You cannot deliver directly goods to the customer, so you may pack it. So that's fall under the packing work center. We will also create as the storage types. So remember, any physical area, guys, either is the doors, or inbound staging area, deconsolidation, or any racking area, or any mezzanine area, or a packing area, or staging area, or outbound doors, all will be defined as a storage types. Okay, you may question us, sir, how do I know that whether it's door, whether it's a deconsolidation, whether it's a main racking area, or whether packing and all? So for every physical location we're trying to capture a storage type, we have a certain roles. The role will be suggest to you, it is a door, it is a staging, it is inbound, it is outbound, or it is a racking, or is a packing. So the role will be, it will suggest for us what kind of storage type in the warehouse. The role is a place. Okay, we will discuss the role, all the things. Okay, so these are the typical warehouse layouts. Okay, just a minute. And before that, so 1 second. I'm sharing one more time my screen now. Can you confirm, guys? And hope you can see this is the different layouts. Say, but here again, I'm trying to show very quickly here. Okay, hope you can see. So you already seen them, right? This is another typical layout, and we have already discussed this. This is also one more typical warehouse. This is also semi-automatic warehouse where we do that. Okay, most of the time ASRS is there, and general racking is also there here. Okay, this is also another layout. Okay, so we will discuss about all the layout. We'll build the layout. Okay, so in a real time how to get the layout, so that as a consultant how do you understand the layout, how to get the drawing from the business. So we will discuss all the things. Okay, and this is also one more layout. It will, you can understand them, right? Inbound, outbound, inbound staging area, outbound staging area, packing, value added service. Okay, damage locations. Okay, so any warehouse typically, so these are the terminology we can come across. Put away path. Okay, stock removal path. Okay, picking path. These are the terminologies. Okay, this is the another kind of warehouse where we can see racking structure. Okay, and how we can store the products. Okay, this is another distribution center, and we discuss add location. Okay, and this is the inside of the product, how we are going to store the products. Okay, so this is the typical one. Okay, so this is the bin. It is almost, you can say, 3 bins, and the products will be kept here. And we can also say that there is a wooden one. So these are the pallets. Okay, these are the wooden pallets. I'll write small term, the wooden pallets. So there is a different kind of pallets we have. Okay, and this is a different one. Okay, so like that we have a several different layouts. Okay, we will discuss more on that. Okay, so how the products will be stored in the racking locations. Okay, this is also another complex warehouse where we can say completed ASRS one, guys. Okay, completely. Okay, but we will go through very thoroughly. So when we will move forward. Okay, but just to familiarize yourself how warehouse looks like, how we are going to keep the product. So just to familiarizing purpose, I'm presenting here. Okay. Okay, so this one, and apart from that, so this is a typical layout, and also what kind of equipments we are going to do on a day-to-day operations. Okay, sorry. So you understand, right? Warehouse view looks like, you understand now what kind of equipments in a day-to-day operations we can perform. Okay, say these are the, we call as a pallet truck. Okay, or we can as a forklift. Okay, you may see the hand pallet, or you may see, so these are the pallet, these are the stackers which will help to move the goods or pallets from one location to other location. That is the purpose. And also these stackers will help you to move any racking locations. If you have any level, very big racking, you want to reach a level 9, it's a very big warehouse, assuming that we can use stacker to place the product and also to retrieve the product. So using the stackers, we can move the products, we can retrieve the products, we can store the product. Okay, we can perform in a day-to operation, warehouse operations. Okay, this is a typical one. And this is also some more equipments. Okay, stackers, sometimes we call it the forklifts. Okay, because why I'm presenting this one, because when I'm going to explain the warehouse, I will use the most of the time these terminologies. Okay, and other things, so these are the things, is a pick HUs or some of things we call as the toads. Okay, just take the terminologies today, toads or pick HUs. We'll talk about what do you mean of pick HUs. Okay, all the toads and all these things. Okay, we'll discuss. But see, you know that when you get an order, you may not go empty hand to pick the products, am I right? You may take certain toads, you may take certain pallet, you may take certain bag or anything. You carry certain things to go and pick it. So when you pick the products and drop here, initially the stock is here, but stock is here. How do I know that when you are picked, but stock is here? So that is called the pick HU. So I can dynamically, I can capture my stock levels, even you pick it, even this person is moving all around the warehouse, I can understand that he has already picked. It is a carrying in the any trailer. Okay, this is called the trolley. Okay, trolley in other term we call as a pick HU. In EWM terminal we call as a pick HU, pick handling unit, or we can call as a warehouse terminology. This called as a trolley. Okay, trolley which help to pick the goods. Okay, from main bin locations. Okay, 1 second, guys. Yeah, one. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is a bin where you are trying to pick it. We call as a pick HU or trolley. Okay, just take the terminology today. Don't worry much about other things. Okay, so okay, so these are the other things, and some more thing I will share it across to you. Okay, so this is also some more okay equipments used in a day-to-day operations in the warehouse. Okay, so you need the stacker, you need the electric truck. Okay, so the names will vary, but most of the time, okay, how you are going to manage your products and which equipments we have to use it. And you may question, sir, why I need it? Because I'm AWM consultant. Why I need it? Because as a consultant, you need to create these equipment as a resource in the warehouse. So that's what I'm trying to explain this one. So these we have to treat as a resources, as a stacker or something like that. Okay, so this is also I mentioned now trolley or pick HUs or somewhere to pick the goods and to capture, like when you pick the goods, you need to capture those in a dynamic way you want to capture, you can always capture this one. Okay, these are the totes where you pick the goods. Okay, and this is a simple stacker guy, he's carrying the some of the products. Okay, and this is another stacker where he's trying to bring the pallets. Okay, and this is the hand devices where you want to move the HOs, okay, one place to other. We may use this in a real-time warehouses. Okay, so these are other some of the warehouse equipments which will be used in the day-to-day operations. Okay, just you can just familiarize these things. Okay, but I may use some of the terminologies due to that I'm trying to present here. Okay, so this is the say forklift guy is carrying with the HOs here. Okay, handling units. Okay, okay, so apart from that, okay, so some more things, apart from that, we have packaging materials. Okay, that it's not only equipments we need a packaging material. See, this is a packaging material. Okay, see any packaging material. So this is a bin. Okay, this is the bin. This is the lowest in the warehouse, we call it the storage bin. Okay, the entire physical area we have to create a storage type. Then storage section is not a mandatory in EWM. Storage bin. So this is the storage bin where we are trying to keep the products. Okay, this assumes the packed product. So that everywhere we can see wooden mem, right? These are the pallets, guys. Okay, why we need it? Because if at all I wanted retrieve it, if at all I want to keep the products here, we need, because you cannot keep them, right? We need a forklift guy or so to pick the goods or retrieve the goods or put away. Okay, that's the reason everything, if you look at all places, we have a pallets here. This is called wooden pallets. Okay, so we'll go through that more. Okay, so this is the bin where is the packed goods, inside the goods are there. Okay, this is the like how the structure of the warehouse layout look. Okay, in a real time. Okay, we'll go through very lot of pictures so you will understand. Okay, sorry, trying to enter other things. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, one more thing, you can see that pallets. Now we have seen different pallets. Okay, we are going to use in the warehouse. Okay, we may use different pallets. It will always vary for that how you are going to access this one. Whether you are going to access both sides, okay, whether you are going to access only one side. You know that you have seen the stacker having a nose. Okay, with using the nose, you are trying to lift this one. So under the pallet, on the pallet you are trying to keep the packed goods. Okay, you may use the packed goods here. Okay, and then you drop the packed goods on the pallet. So this pallet having a two-way pallet or one way. Okay, so where you are trying to, you are going to access this one. Okay, to put away in the bins or retrieve the goods. Okay, this is the use of the pallets. Okay, you always use the pallets to retrieve it and to place the products. Okay, and it is also vary for that. It may be a two-way pallet, it may be four-way pallet, it may be one-way pallet. Okay, depends on that. Okay, so these are the industry standards where we can say in a day-to-day operations. Okay, we can find two-way entries or like one-way entry or four-way entries. Okay, so how you are going to access these pallets to move the goods. Okay, and this is a, so you can see very real picture where we can see is a palette here. So palette will be kept with a lot of cartoons. Okay, assuming that, okay, here one palette. Okay, here we call as a one palette. So palette means like we have a 12 cartoons. Okay, 12 cartoons. Each cartoon, this is the one cartoon. Assuming that we have a bottles or anything, Coke bottles or anything. Example I'm giving, very easy to understand. Assuming that this box having a 12 products. Okay, 12 Coke products. Okay, so generally one product as a each and 12 products become a one cartoon as a box. Then if you keep 12 boxes in the pallet, this is a wooden pallet. Okay, this is the wooden pallet. Okay, so all together we will call as a pallet. All together we call as a pallet. So this can be wrapped. Okay, eventually we can wrap any auxiliary material, we can wrap it. So before put away into the bin locations. This is the bin locations. Now you understand the pallet. So pallet, using the pallet we can put the goods into the bin location. We can also retrieve it, because if at all I want to take it away from here, so I need to use a forklift. So this will help for me, these grooves will help for me to retrieve the goods or put away using the forklift. Okay, second this one I want to enter it. I thought of taking next one, keep changing this one. Okay, every minute is taking that. Sorry, difficulties there. Okay, so one more picture, you can see that here we can call the pallets. See, even pallets also, we have a different size of pallets in the real time. Okay, we'll go through very thoroughly. So in a real time, we call as a chip pallets, Europe pallets, or US pallets, or Stringer pallet. So these are the industry terminologies. Okay, it will vary, depends on the size. Okay, only thing is it's a saree, this is a wooden pallet. As you know that the importance of wooden pallets, it carries the packed goods. Okay, but it will vary the sizes, and these pallets we have to create as a master data in the EWM side. Okay, because why we need this information, while if at all I want to use certain pallet, but you have to create as a material in the EWM system. Okay, it will vary different sizes, different volumes, and depends on the warehouse whether they may use a chip pallet, they may use aero pallet, US pallets. Okay, any industry other pallets. Okay, these are the different pallets, and okay, and we may have some other thing, guys. Okay, just I will show this one. So this is another one, a plastic one. Okay, so this is a, these are the wooden pallets. Okay, this is another chip pallet. Okay, how you are going to access this one? So this is where forklift guy is trying to carry this one. See, now these are the nose, forklift nose, where he is trying to carry the pallet and to keep the goods in the warehouse. Okay, and these are the pallets in the real time where they, because without pallet we cannot perform any activities. While recepting goods, you may pack it. In case is the racking location we are trying to keep, we have to pack the goods and keep in the pallets, and finally eventually you have to keep in the racking location. Same thing, you are trying to fulfill the customer order, you have to pick the goods, you have to pack it, and you have to put the packed goods into the pallet, and you will deliver along with the pallet with the packed goods to the customer, because when while delivering goods to the customer, okay, the product will undergo transit, right? It may go to the air, it may go to the ship, because even there also we need to unload and load it, right? So for easy moving of the goods, we have to use the pallets in real time. Okay, it's not just only warehouse, even outside the warehouse also. Okay. So these are the packaging materials. Okay, so this is another is the automatic warehouse, where we can see that, okay, how the goods are managed in the racking locations. Okay, okay, other things are, okay, this is another packing materials. Okay, so typical packing materials, we'll go through more. Okay, these are the packing material, cardboard packing materials, they use for the packing of the goods. Okay, and so one more thing is the last but not the least. Okay, so you know that, so we are all using the SAP system, where we try to do the all, okay, our EWM. You want to implement any greenfield project, you use the SAP EWM system, where you do the all the inbound process. You want to capture it, we will do the EWM system. Okay, once go live the project, once is hand over to the business users. Okay, are they going to use SAP system? Okay, not many people is going to use. See, operator is a layman, am I right? You may not you may not understand even SAP system also. You may not understand EWM system also. Okay, so what is at the once go live of the project, once hand over the project to the business users, means the business users means the warehouse team, who is responsible to perform the day-to-day activities, like in inbound activities, like unloading. So when you want to unload it, so how he is going to use the SAP system, or he is going to use the free applications, or he is going to any devices. Okay, so another equipment in a warehouse we call as a RF devices. Okay, another equipment we call as the RF devices. So in a day-to-day operational environment, okay, so warehouse team will use these devices to perform all our operations. For example, as we discuss now, inbound process, we understand what is the inbound process, go through more, but and also storage and operations, and we may go to the outbound process. Okay, so all these operations can be performed using the RF gun. RF means radio frequency. Okay, radio frequency devices. Okay, in a real time, we have a lot of devices, lot of industrialized devices. For example, Samsung devices, Jibra devices, or Motorola devices. Those are the standards in a real time world. Okay, so is a industrial devices where they will manufacture, like a Jibra is also one company, they will produce these device RF devices, like Samsung also they produce it. Similarly similarly Motorola also. Okay, so whatever device you are going to use it, at the end of the day you need to connect our EWM system to, okay, this RF device. Okay, we'll talk about how to connect RF device, how to interface those transactions into here, so that my my warehouse operator will perform, okay, all these operations, like inbound operations, like unloading, deconsolidation, put away, okay, or a physical inventory, or picking activities, packing activities. Okay, all the operations can be fulfilled using the RF gun. So in real time, all operator warehouse team will use for RF gun, and some business users, okay, like warehouse supervisors. Okay, typically warehouse supervisors are like inbound leads, okay, or outbound leads. So they will use very free applications. Okay, we'll discuss how what if free means. Free is the tiles. So say exactly like you may use SAP system, but they don't know about SAP, right? They want easy to understand those transactions. They will use the free applications. Okay, so we have SAP EWM system. That's what we know that. That's what we do that. So this is called the GUI, graphical user interface. Second one is, we may in a warehouse, they may use the free applications. So that means, so whatever we implement in SAP system, those processes, everything will be interlinked with the free applications, so that warehouse operator can see day to day all the inbound activities, outbound activities, operations, those things. And also, so low end guys like operators, everything, they will use the RF environment, RF guns. Okay, these are the environments typically follow in any warehouses. Okay, for an SAP system, We will use the SAP consultant. Most of the time, SAP consultant will use the EWM system, GUI environment. Very few people will use the business users for the EWM. Most of the time, all the supervisors, everything, they use the Fury applications, and RF guns will be used for the operators. They will perform all unloading other activities. Okay, so this is the typical device. Okay, so most of the time you can come across these kind of devices in the warehouse. So he's trying to scan the goods. Okay, because he cannot just like pick the goods somewhere, right? He has to scan the goods first. If at all I want to put away, I want to pick the goods. Okay, and this is another way we can see that. Okay, these are the zebra devices. So where you can see these transactions, whatever you do implement in SAP system, those transactions will be presented in the devices so that operator will perform day-to-day activities. Okay, how we will discuss how to present it, how to manage these setup. Okay, those things will go through deep dive. Okay, further sessions. Okay, things. Okay. So these are the things, guys. Okay, this is a typical any warehouse. Okay, when you come across, okay, you may see the different bins and the different type of structures, and you can come across different equipments and different kind of devices and different kind of packaging materials. Okay, so these are the typical terminologies for the any warehouse. Okay, I will stop now. I'll take any questions, guys. Okay, you can unmute yourself, guys. I will put all unmute yourself. Okay, okay, yeah, and you can unmute yourself now. Please, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, I'll take a 5 minutes quickly. Any questions, you guys?
Hello.
Yeah, just a quick.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I just want to know what percentage of this extended warehouse management is
Mhm.
being captured in the current market share? Is any idea?
Yeah, current market share nearly 55 to 60%. Okay.
So most of the companies are using this EWM.
Yes,
You mean to
correct,
say?
Ganesh. Correct, Ganesh. See,
Okay.
that's what I
Thank you.
mentioned. The very initial stage only I explained you, saying that. So this why so popular EWM is because the integrations, like see, in a business you need a smooth operations, am I right? Smooth flow you need. So you need to see that how much money involves, okay, how it's happening, okay, everything should be happened, am I right? So finance is also there. So sales is involved, so purchasing, so quality, shipping, and purchasing, warehouse. So all is integrated, right? SAP is like a packed software. It is you can integrate all the business process in a one software. But it's not like unlike other soft. Manhattan is a powerful as a warehouse, but it may not, they don't have a best other SAP models like other SAP areas, I can say. Okay, other business areas. That is the advantage. So they're capturing nearly 60% market share. SAP is captured 60%. Okay. Okay. Ganesh can ask, and Ganesh asking that how the integration carried out is a technical one. Ganesh integrations, I will explain you everything. Okay. You need to, there are the prerequisites. You need to know what are the prerequisites. We will explain that. Okay. Okay. As a consultant, what are the prerequisites so that SAP basis consultant will create some logical systems. We'll go through a very deep dive. Okay. Yes, we will integrate other SAP model, but provided somebody should. So basis team will do their part so that we will always do our part. Okay, to integrate with the SAP other SAP models, and also we will integrate with other third party logistics or anything third party systems also. Okay, and next one is Buharias. How does SAP course apply to other sectors aside logistics? Can you what exactly you are asking here, Buhari? You can unmute yourself, guys. Okay. Okay. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, I noticed that this particular system is developed for the logistics industry. Usually like their warehouse management system, right?
Okay, you saying that how does this SAP course apply to other sectors aside logistics? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you know that. See, first of all, you need to understand that if at all I want to implement a SAP EWM, first I should have a business, am I right? So we need to see the need. Why I need SAP EWM? Why can't I use for other one? So if any business, you need to see the feasibility studies, like, whether you need to go for SAP as a software. So you want to manage your day-to-day, like, your entire supply chain in it. So that is a where we need to decide that. And also apart from that, whether you wanted EWM as a warehouse management software or like a plant-based one, that is a complete business. Okay, whether you want to manage your products very efficient way, and then you have to go for the either warehouse management or EWM management. Okay, or third parties other logistics. Okay, so that's what we have to choose that. Okay, how we need to say overall SAP having a is one of the software where we can capture your entire supply chain in it. Okay, from the purchasing to this sales, and from the purchasing to manufacturing, from purchasing to and delivery the goods to the customer and all. Okay, all activities, even quality integration. So everything is a compact software. It help operations very smooth way. Okay, to run the business. Okay, it's not just only EWM or like warehouse management. Am I right? Any company having is not a just warehouse activities. Am I right? They have other activities also involved. Am I right? So yeah. Okay. Please, any questions, guys? Please unmute yourself. I'm going through your chart because I missed. Sorry, guys, I missed some of things. First slide. Okay, I'm extremely sorry. Yeah.
Regarding the integration, do we need compulsory middleware tool, or is there any options without using the middleware tools as well?
Hi, Anita. Yeah, we don't need any middleware. So we are trying to discuss SAP, am I right? Because EWM is a part of the SAP. So we don't need any additional equipment, additional software. Okay. So we can only integrate between the logical systems. Okay. So we don't need any other thing. Either is a embedded system, even decentralized system. Okay. So only the decentralized system, we may need certain extra equipment, but otherwise, so we don't need, we can connect very easily. Okay, we don't need any middleware. Okay, through the
So
logical
as
system we can
a
integrate.
EWM consultants, no need of integration with middleware tools knowledge.
No, we
Because
don't
I'm
need.
into the integration, I see some integrations like good receipts, good issues we will be doing with PIPO.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
No, yeah, correct. Yes, we are accepting the goods because it's integrated with the sourcing and procurement. That's called material management. So because the S4 system is EWM, where data flows, am I right? So we will explain you how to integrate with the purchasing software, SAP sourcing to EWM system. We will also explain you how to integrate other modules also, like a TM, QM, PP. Everything we will discuss. Okay, very detailed way we will explain you. Okay, so we have to integrate them, right? See, you have your own name, I have my own name. To talk each other, we will
Yes.
call as a names. Similarly, in
Yeah.
EWM also, EWM system having their own name, S4 system having their own name. So to integrate, to connect each other, so we have to establish the relation for that. So that is called integration. Okay. So basis team will create their names as a logical system. We will connect it. Okay, as a consultant, we will ensure that those names, those logical systems are created, and we need to ensure that those logical system is working and the data flows between the S4 system to EWM system, or from EWM or from SAP system to other non-SAP systems. Okay.
Okay, even with other non-SAP
Yes.
systems also.
Yes.
But there is no scope for the middleware tools at all, right?
Yeah, you don't need. Yeah. So middleware is required. For example, order management is there. Okay. For example, order management, I have a web-based application. Assuming that my manufacturing company web-based portal. Okay, assume that Amazon. So you place the order in Amazon. How is it connected my SAP system? When you place an order, it is appearing to my SAP system. Okay, now here is a middleware required. Okay,
Oh,
whether we can go for IIB, okay, if this is the middleware software, or PI, another middleware software. So those things, so when you place order, it will flow down to the SAP system through the middleware. So here we need, okay, not our EWM we don't need for us, okay, to integrate within
within
SAP we don't need.
EWM, you don't
We
need.
don't need.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions, guys? Okay.
Yes, I have a question. I have a
Yes,
question
Daria.
about the design of the warehouse. Is the EWM consultant also to some extent involved in the sort of design of the warehouse, meaning defining where should we have the high rates, where should we have
Yeah.
conveyor belt, where should we have what, or is it the
Yeah.
business doing it?
Yeah.
Sort of.
So that is a business, right? So for the design of the warehouse, everything is the logistic aspect. Okay, is not our region of area. Once warehouse is laid down, once is complete is there, is operational. So we will, as a consultant, we will go understand their business process, what kind of process they are using, like inbound, how they are performing, like outbound, how they are performing. Okay, how the integration with the warehouse to the other purchasing, sales, other things. So you understand the requirement. Okay, so you will design it based on the best practice system. In case if it is not trying to fit that, we will do the fit gap analysis and we will go for the enhancement. But as a consultant, you never involve the logistic aspect. Only you understand the requirement, existing process. You try to map an EWM system, okay, using the best practice approach. In case if it's not fitting the requirement, we'll go for the enhancement. Yeah. We will provide the solutions. We will provide the solution based on their business requirement. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And you ask Rajesh.
Yeah, just I would like to know that tomorrow also we are having this under 3.5 hours.
Yes, yeah.
So tomorrow, what exactly will be covered? Theoretical thing, or maybe some kind of like a scenario-based
Yes,
thing,
we will go
or
more
system
now.
hands-on?
Yes, system
Okay.
also. I will show that, how we
Okay.
SAP system look like, how we Fury. Okay. I will try to give a touch base, guys, so that you can understand. If I give everything, you can't digest them, right? So first session you have seen entire inbound process is complete out of that. Now today at least you know that how warehouse structure looks like, how that are the equipment. So at least you are familiarizing today. Okay. Tomorrow we will go more further, more about this, some more things, integrations. Okay. Warehouse structure. Okay. What is a company? So some terminology. So like that we will build one by one. Okay.
These
Okay, guys.
recordings are available or just?
Yes, it will be available. It will be shared to you. Okay.
Okay, thank
And
you.
okay. And anyway, we are connecting tomorrow, guys. We have a 3.5 hours. Okay. I will answer all the questions, and I need to rush today because we have appointment. So
One more thing.
please park it your questions. Yeah, tomorrow 3.5 hours. We have a long way to discuss. Okay. I will answer all your questions, and please, bear in mind. Okay. And we will disconnect now. Okay. We'll connect tomorrow, and you just park it whatever questions is there. I will answer all the questions. Okay. Yeah. Don't hesitate. Yeah. You bring as many questions as possible. Okay. I will answer it. Okay. And somebody is asking one. I think who is that? Okay, I can't see. I think raise the hand. Somebody is there. Okay, can't see that. Is Rawat? You want to answer one question? I can take you last. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so guys, I will take you
Hello.
tomorrow. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, Rawat, I will stop now. Okay, I will take tomorrow.
Only
Never
one
mind.
question, sir. Only
Yeah,
one
please.
question. As you told that there are three processes in between for EDM, EWM. One is inbound and the storage, and then outbound, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
For inbound, you said that this is totally related to MM.
Yes, correct.
So is it like do we have to know that all the process of MM? Do we have to know all the process or the thorough knowledge of MM in order to understand this EWM?
Yes, I will explain you how to understand what is your role, how you are going to integrate, how you are going to work with the MM guys. Okay, how you are going with the SD guys, how you are going with the TM guys, how you are going to work QM guys, how you are going to work with the production guys. Okay, I will explain all the things. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay, in a real time, you may not get every access, right? You may do EWM, other person will do other areas. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, but we'll connect tomorrow and we have more time to discuss and more I will go through that. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah, the recording session will be shared tomorrow and I will go through that, how it will be stored. Okay. How you are going to access everything I will explain tomorrow. Okay. I will navigate previous videos, how much we have done it. Okay. How many hours we have covered. Okay. Everything I will explain to you tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.